Welcome to the press conference for Race 2, Round 4 of the Bennetts British Superbike Championship in association with Pirelli here at Brands Hatch. Scott Redding, after missing out in Race 1, it must feel good to get on the podium for Race 2.
Yeah, I did make a big gamble for Race 1. I thought I'd give it a go. It was maybe 10 minutes too early for the race start, otherwise could have been different. I learned a lesson. A lot of people forget that I'm still a rookie, I'm still new to the tyres and everything, and I'd rather learn that now than in the showdown. So I kind of let it go, was what it was, and I would like to have redeemed it with a podium. We managed to do it. I thought I had a bit more pace to maybe fight for a win. But Josh was very consistent, and after the qualifying I also had a little bit more just pace on the used tyre, which maybe comes from experience on the track. You know, I was quite fast, but I'm not super smooth. You know, I'm just trying to learn everything in such a short amount of time, which is okay for one lap. You can squeeze it together, but for a race, it's very difficult. I think Josh rode a very good race in Race 2. Hats off to him, king of brands. You know, so it was a good day for me.
Thank you very much. Tommy, you made a great pass on Scott halfway through this race. Did you feel you could have done any more to catch Josh?
Nah, to be honest, I was on the limit 100%. And to be honest, I'm actually really happy with the way I rode, because we started from 7th, and I know it sounds silly. I made a good start, but I did have to make a few passes. Dan Linford was riding a really good race, but I could see Josh and Scott were just getting away. Probably gapped me by a couple of seconds, maybe a second and a half, something. It took me 2 or 3 laps to drag them back in, and then I saw Josh then start going, so I knew I had to get past Scott quick. Once I'd done that, it was then again a bit of a head down to try and drag Josh back. I kind of knew he'd probably be watching his pit board and hoping that he knew it was me coming. But like I said to Josh earlier, that it's very hard, if I'm honest, racing the identical bike, because the strengths of his bike are the strengths of mine, and the weaknesses are the same. So bar making a mistake, you know, when you're both riding absolutely on the limit, well, I was anyway, it's hard to get that next bit without maybe making a mistake. So this time of the year, I'm not happy to accept second, but I will accept second, because at the end of the day, it's a long game. So we'll take it. Credit to my Oxford Products Ducati team, and we'll go to Knockhill and try and get some wins there.
Thank you. Josh, that was a superb race. 2 out of 2. Bennetts rewards King of Brands again, and on course for the £75,000 Integro Triple Crown. Not a bad weekend.
Yeah, fantastic weekend. You know, it's great to get these little achievements along the way, but and certainly, you know, getting a couple of wins towards that big cash prize is great. But I've got to be focused on the championship. That's my main concern, main goal, main focus. Everything's championship orientated. So you know, that's why I'm most pleased with today's results. You know, it's been a tough weekend. Fortunately, you know, I've been able to be at the front for most of the weekend, most of the sessions. And, you know, that final race, I got away to a good start. I pulled a small gap for a few laps, and then it snuck out to about 1.5, I think I got on my board. And I was thinking, okay, this is good. I might be able to control the race and just, you know, not have to risk too much and not destroy the tyres too much, and just work with that. And then all of a sudden, my board showed Tom was second, and then it showed that I only had 0.3 of a gap. So that plan had to be dropped, and I started going quicker and quicker. And on our bikes, it shows our best lap time we've done. So each lap you can use that as a reference, whether you're going quicker than your previous best lap or slower. And I was almost exactly zeros on the dash almost every lap, you know. And if I did make a little mistake in the early part of the lap and lost a couple of tenths, I just tried harder and squeezed a bit more out and got it back at the end of the lap. And even doing that, Tom just stayed with me the whole race. Like you said, our bikes are so evenly matched. You know, everything I tried to do to break away from him, he could match it with his speed. So. Yeah, I knew that, but I was thinking to myself, you know, as long as I don't make any mistakes, he can't ride faster than, you know, he can't physically make something happen different than what we're already doing. So I did actually make one mistake, but it was a bit earlier in the race, and he wasn't able to capitalise on that. So fortunate to get the win and bring it home, and it was really a tough race. He pushed me to the end.